しいね。え、いや、だって。
You just so damn fine, and I need you to be mine. I'm finna shove it up your ass or something.
恐ろしい子。
Shut up and bend your dumb ass over, bitch.
そういうことって無理やりするのは犯罪
Just shut up, bitch, and take this rubber and get ready for supper.
Hey guys, what's going on? DJ the Man here, back here with another video, and today's video is going to be my review on Recreators, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. So what is Recreators? Well, you know how there are a lot of anime out there about people from our world being sent to a fantasy world? Like, you know, like SAO or Konosuba or ReZero? Well, this anime does the opposite, where the fictional world comes to us. And what I mean by fictional is that the characters that come into our world are from fictional stories in this anime, as in these characters are from manga, video games, light novels, and anime. So what's the story? Well, these characters are being brought into our world unwillingly by this mysterious character referred to as the Military Uniform Princess or the Uniform Military Princess. It's one of the two, and they refer to her as that because they don't know what fictional story she's from. So because she is bringing these characters into our world, it's having a negative effect on the world, where if she keeps bringing new characters into the real world, or if these characters stay too long, all the worlds are going to collide and be destroyed. So there are some fictional characters that stand up against the Uniform Military Princess, and then there are those that stand by her that are being manipulated and are unaware of her true intentions. So it's up to the fictional characters that stand against the Uniform Military Princess and the creators of their respective stories to stop her. So what do I like about this anime? Well, of course I love the premise and how it's different from what we've been seeing lately, you know, with it being about characters coming to our world rather than the other way around. I also like seeing the effect that coming to the real world has on these fictional characters, not in the fish out of water way, but in the fact that they have to come to terms with the fact that their world that they thought was real was just something made up by someone's imagination. And some of them contemplate whether they should try to make their creators change their world for the better, because some of them come from some pretty messed up worlds, which is why some of them team up with the Military Uniform Princess. Another thing that I really enjoy about this anime is that the fictional characters come from lots of different genres. Like there's a character that comes from a fantasy world, there's a magical girl, there are rival characters from a video game, even a character that pilots a mech, and the list goes on. Another thing that I liked were the action scenes. With all these characters being from different stories, it's really cool to see them fight. Something else that I like about this anime that I normally don't mention in my reviews is the music. I really just like the music in this anime. I can't really explain why. So this anime has a lot of good stuff going for it. The first episode does a great job of grabbing your attention. It has a very interesting setup and premise, with being fictional characters coming to our world. I feel like all the characters are likable in their own way. The music for the series is great, the animation is decent, and the fight scenes are very entertaining. So you may be asking yourself, why aren't more people talking about this anime? Why isn't it blowing up like SAO, Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, or at the very least ReZero? Well, one of the reasons is that it could be the fact that it's because it's being streamed on Amazon as part of its Anime Strike program, but I believe it's something else. The anime has a glaring flaw that rears its ugly head throughout the run of the series, and that is how freaking boring this anime can be. I mean, geez, it just really kills the show for me. The exposition scenes and conversations just go on and on. The dialogue just never ends. There would be times where nothing significant would happen in the episode and it's just them talking, and I wouldn't be complaining if it was something interesting or engaging or something that really moved the plot along. There's a right way to do this type of thing, and this anime is the perfect example of how not to. This anime just really dropped the ball in this department, and it's really disappointing. This anime does a big no-no, which is that it bores you on a regular basis when it's supposed to be entertaining you. And all the good stuff is said about this anime doesn't really help you ignore or tolerate how boring this anime can be, because like I said, it happens on a regular basis. It's just heartbreaking because I feel like this anime really could have been a modern classic like ReZero or One Punch Man. And say what you will about SAO, but at least it never bored me like this anime did. But one thing I do have to mention is that the anime does kind of fix itself towards the end of the series, roughly around the last 5 or so episodes in this, I believe, 22 episode anime, but that doesn't mean it gets a pass. So to sum things up, this anime has a lot of good things going for it, but the good stuff falls by the wayside because of how boring this anime can be a lot of the time. I'm a bit disappointed to have to say this, but I'm going to have to give this anime a 6 out of 10. and doesn't really get a recommendation from me unless you really just want to check it out. I mean, I think you can probably tell whether or not you're going to like the series based off the first few episodes, but I don't think it's worth, sitting through the entire series just to get to the last 5 or so episodes, which are actually pretty decent. So with that said, if you've seen the series, what do you guys think about it? Please leave your comments down below. And let me go ahead and wrap up this video by saying, if you guys like this video, like the video, and if you like me, subscribe to me. And as always, this is DJ the Man, and I'll catch y'all next time.